All right, welcome to the podcast. Okay, so today I'm with Vooks. I think you guys know him pretty much through the viral content that he created. And yeah, today we are gonna speak about that honestly and with the questions that I have so far. So basically, Vooks is a studios. He runs the studios. He closes commissions over like that's
Yeah, I think it's
it's more
reaching
than
up
that.
to 200 something
Oh,
K
okay, so
already.
200K already commission closed. So that's amazing, man. Impressive as hell. And you are what, only 19?
Yeah, 19 turning 20 in August.
I have a good question for you. Like, so with the trend that you created on Twitter, like showing the watches, all the flashy stuff, because the watches on Twitter and people like starting making fun out of you. So like mocking like, watches, all that kind of stuff. What's your intention? Honestly, what's your intention on this?
Honestly, the way I created that and the way I structured that wasn't supposed to be the outcome that happened, which is like all the people like trying to make fun of it. It was more of like a post where I was just trying to show what Roblox development can get you. And I guess like people took the wave to try and recreate stuff and make funny memes about it, which in return also gave me a lot of exposure and then a lot of huge clients that like off of that came in and just messaged me. So I've started to work on more bigger and better deals. So that helped me a lot. And then honestly, even Brandon, VuukStudios, reached out to me and he's been very helpful. We've been messaging back and forth, and honestly, pretty great guy. Shout out to him. You said you're gonna bring him on podcast again soon, so I'm excited
Hopefully.
to see that too.
Most people like know you through this, but here's the opportunity for you like to share who you are actually. What's your journey from this very beginning to this?
Of course. So I've started Roblox very young, not really intentionally, but since I was like 11, 12 years old, I've started building stuff on Roblox. Most of all, just like One Piece games or some anime stuff. You know, the usual stuff when you're a kid. You work on percentage projects and they don't kind of ever release, and then you end up getting scammed. Someone promises you Robux and they never give it to you. So it kind of end up just working for free or hustling, but it did teach me a lot of valuable stuff, and it did shape my skill set into what I can do today. So all of those like wasted projects really did help me become better and overall just sharpen my skill in studio, which enables me to do what I do right now. So honestly, I started pretty young, and I remember even at like 14, 15, I was like, I got my first payment for like a combat system. It was like some like $50 or whatever, and I showed everyone in my family, like I was like, look at this, and then on my PayPal balance it said like $52, and I was like, wow, like I literally made like money like out of a computer, and everyone in my family was shocked because it was like the average salary back home where I'm from originally is like $400, like $500. So to make that money like off the internet was like unreal, and I really didn't even know what I was doing. So I wasn't even taking Roblox seriously that much. I was moreover just focused on sports and on school. I did play volleyball professionally back home in high school, but that was starting to get really tiring and really boring to me, and I found out I like couldn't go pro because like it's the height and everything like that, and you just have to be like kind of born with it. So I kind of gave up on sports, and I kind of found my way in Roblox because of that. So I took full focus from sports training to just basically going into studio and then trying to work things out. And the cool thing that happened is a couple of years ago, when all that like Tate stuff started to happen with all
The coaches, yeah, hustle.
yeah. So I've kind of like back then is when I realized like you can make money over the internet. You don't really have to work a regular job, which is what intrigued me because I always wanted to travel everywhere and then like have this sort of nice stuff. So I was really dragged into that, and I was trying a bunch of stuff, completely forgetting about Roblox Studio because I was just working like sometimes like every single month I would like hop on and do some stuff, and I was trying to make a lot of things happen, like everything like drop shipping whatever, and nothing of that worked. So what I like figured out is that why do I not go and like try to get back into Roblox? I mean, if I made money previously, it could work like that.
Yo, You said the
Yeah.
thing that I was about to mention when those couches starting to come in, right? I mean, like, I started doing Roblox since way back doing, like, I think 2016 or something. I started doing graphics when I was really young, and then what happened is that I was trying to get into, like, online making stuff, and like I was reading books, all the books, and they were saying, like, I was trying to come up with a new idea, like what to do, how to, like, generate money out of guess. But I forgot what I've built before, and like, oh, why
Yeah.
don't I just keep continue building that instead of, like, going for, like, a new field instead? So what I did
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
like, similar to you, like, I started putting all in more, like pushing out more, and yeah, it's amazing how far you have come.
Honestly, well, the first month that I've tried actually taking Roblox seriously, because when I was like a kid, I really wasn't like. It's see the thing is, there's two sides of it. It's Roblox, your skill set in Roblox, what you can do, and your sales side of things, like how good you can sell stuff and how good you can package stuff. So back when I was a kid, I really didn't know how to sell stuff, but I had skill in Roblox. So
Yeah,
when
yeah,
I
yeah, exactly.
combined with Roblox, and then I started reading a lot of books on sales, how to sell stuff, how to persuade people, and how to really talk to people. That's when I started actually like leveling up a lot more. And I remember the first month that I started, I made about $500. Like it's nothing in the grand scheme of things, but like back then, like to get more than the average salary through the computer and just like randomly out of nowhere at like 16 years old, it was pretty cool to me, honestly. I think 16 or 16 pushing 17, something like that. But honestly, I just started to take things more seriously. I started posting my work on YouTube, which has been a big help. And Yeah, ever since then, I think I started YouTube in March
Mm-hmm.
25th of 2020. Uh, but before that, like I was doing a lot of stuff, just like posting some random stuff on YouTube. I deleted everything and just started posting heavily Roblox content, mostly showcases what I've done in studio. And I think my first video, which was I think a showcase from like One Piece, the paw fruit. I posted that first video, got like 25,000 views, and I was like, wait, like this is crazy. And It just started to pick off from there. Every single video got like 10,000 plus views, and people were giving like positive feedback, like this skill looks so good. Like, how did you make this? And then like I wasn't really getting any commissions until I like started to figure out how would I make this better, like how can I make people come to me. So I've made my Discord cleaner. I've added links in YouTube videos that people can DM me on Discord. I've did a bunch of stuff, and then I've just kind of started making like commission showcases. So whenever someone commissioned me, I would make a video on YouTube, post that would get a ton of views. I believe a dagger commission that I've sold
Mm.
was like got like 30k views or something. And I was like making systems, and I remember making I think it was a sword system, whatever, and I was just selling systems for like a really cheap amount, like $20, $30, just underpricing my work completely. And I remember, I'm not sure who they are as of now, but I remember just going uh, and I got a message on Discord, like he sent me the YouTube video link, and he was like, "How much are you selling this for? Like I can pay $400." And I was like, there's no way, like this guy must be kidding. Like I've been selling these for like $40, $50, and this guy's just gonna pay me $400. And I kind of just went with it, and I think that was kind of my first big commission that I did, which was kind of that, like, I think source system. So that was kind of the big commission starting out, and then I just started making more content about that. And the cool thing that happened is, I think 2020 or starting of 2021. I saw this really cool thing on YouTube that some guy was selling a fist combat system,
Mm.
and he had a link in the description, which went to his store. So people would like buy the thing in bulk, and people could just buy it over and over again. So everyone who saw the video, if they were interested in getting the product, it isn't a one-time thing like a commission. It costs a lot less. So the combat systems were like 20, 30, $40, but it's like kind of in bulk, so you can sell them more times, to everyone. So I kind of took the idea and I made my own combat system, and I literally did everything the guy did. So I made a cool thumbnail. I made my own store where I could just sell it. set up payments and everything through the help of YouTube videos. And I remember posting the video of the combat. I remember that first day that I posted the video, I think I got about 400 something dollars in sales that day. Like that was
Wow.
my first big day. Like before that, I was just averaging like $50 every single couple of days just for commissions and stuff. And then I posted the store thing, and that day like $400, next day 300 something, and it was just like stacking on. And I was realizing that this could be a really good business model to sell these packs massively because people need them for their own games, and they're willing to pay less,
Yeah,
and they sometimes don't have money to commission people for a custom one, so they would just rather get one that a lot of people can use, you know.
exactly. Like I feel like the stuff that you do, it's really valuable towards like game developers because they need those effects. Like it's save them, elevate the pain, right? It's help them save time with creating all that kind of stuff. Like you create a system, like combat system, everything, man. Okay, let's move on to the next topic about because like I feel like your brand have like some sort of stigma where you kind of promote a lot on money making, hustling,
Yeah.
you know, all that kind of stuff. And I just wanted to ask if like, do you think money is road to like success for real, or like, is it all about hustling? Because like one of the thing I know, wait, one of the thing I know, noticed and realized so far is that when I focus too much on hustling on money, I kind of forgot like the fun there is kind of numb. Like it becomes like numb instead. Like the fun there, our work that we are doing is sort of like related to creativity, and because of that, I found myself burn out sometimes when like
Yeah.
focusing too much on money. What is your take on that?
Well, for me, what I want to say is it's not about money, like money as an object. It's for me more of what it brings, you know? So for me, what money brings is special experiences that you can create with a certain someone, or certain things that you can see in life. For example, vacations, or just going to new spots, exploring new things, and also getting something that you really wanted as a kid, for example. So that's kind of what money gives to me. So it's not really money as in terms of just like paper. It's more of just like the experiences that you get with money. And also the thing that I'm building is just I'm looking more of it as like a character development. Some like if you look at life as a video game, as for example, every single milestone that you reach, you kind of just level up and up and up. That's kind of more what's drawing towards me, is that every single step that I take, like going from, you know, $500 a month to like 3,000, and then to 5,000, and then to 10,000, every single step is like a personal achievement. And when you reach those goals, you kind of fulfill something in yourself that you can then just look off. For example, if I get after this call and I just look at like reminisce everything that I've told you, I'm like, yeah, so I achieved that and that and that. And like I worked really hard, and all that success like is earned because I worked towards it, and I can just like lay in bed at night and just know that I have worked towards something that's pleasurable to me, and I'm going to continue doing so because it gives me satisfaction to just go up and up every single time. And when I see guys that do more than me, for example, a lot of guys that are currently in the industry, they may have huge games like, you know, Tyron Hayes, he bought a Lambo too, and then Brandon with all those watches and crazy stuff like that kind of motivates me to go even further, because I've known I haven't reached the level that I want to be at yet, but at the same time, I'm not tying their success to something like I want to beat them. I'm just looking more over it as like a goal thing, and I just want to reach and beat myself and reach myself to that point, if you get what I mean.
How do you deal with, okay, so when you promote, I saw this a lot, when you promote like this sort of stuff, you kind of get the hate from the community. How do you deal with that?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I cannot really go over and explain to everybody like what my sort of mentality of thinking is. So I kind of just like let off a lot of things on the side. It's really when you take a dive deeper into you know, we mentioned the academy and what I usually hold like with the classes and everything of teaching students, and we have a lot of them. It's moreover just what value I give out to them, and people just mask it off where they see a money making post on Twitter and they're like, this guy just sells some stupid Andrew Tate course that like doesn't even work. Like if you take a deeper dive, like none of those people look at like videos of YouTube, for example. Like I have a lot of YouTube videos where I explain uh what my students have achieved and what they like have been doing. So for example, one of my really good friends, he's currently my assistant manager, manages every single Discord that I have, manages all the chats, everything like that. He came in like as one of the first couple of students. He was doing VFX and stuff like that. He like went from I think $100 like something from commissions every month to like 4,000. So when I look at that and when I saw that I've helped him, and it's not really just like teaching the studio basics. It's more of like the skill to sell and the skill to just brand yourself. And when people just look at like how I've been able to do it and then just try and replicate that and try and climb on top of it, they can emulate the level of success, right? So when people come in to the academy and they just look at everything and they actually like consume the content and see, they're going to get an increase because they haven't like learned how to sell properly. They haven't learned how to brand themselves. For example, your branding on Twitter is really good. You have a lot of things like sorted out. You have a good pin post, everything, so people drag into your profile and go into your commissions a lot more than someone who's just like having a fake profile and not really like paying attention. So when people join and look at everything, they like make their profile better, they make their skill sets better, they sharpen this and that, and then in the end result gives them more income. So the academy stigma is mostly around that people just like take those posts of money making and think like without even like looking at the things. But if you actually like take a deep dive into a lot of YouTube videos that I did, interviews with actual people, so like it cannot be staged like what we're doing right now. It's interviews with those exact people, and there's like a bunch of them, like 6, 7, 9, 10 of people that I have already interviewed, and there's so many more that haven't hopped on an interview. So when you kind of look at that, like it fulfills me that I can like look at someone and say, I've made him go from merely earning anything from development to like making income and stable income. For example, one guy took his dad to an NBA game with the money he got from commission. So that to me is more fulfilling, like of managing the academy, than getting money from the memberships and just like stealing it and going somewhere and not really caring. So that's what I've been trying to do in the academy. It's not really just hustling and trying to make money and kind of adding it as an extra income source, but also building a community. And we have a thing called the inner circle inside of the academy where there are just top earners in the academy. So I kind of network with those people, and we do real life meetups and stuff like that. So that in return, like of me building a whole community of people like I can depend on and trust and like give each other value is more valuable to me than just like building a income stream from the side of just getting money from the academy.
What? Okay, so this is a side run for me, but I feel like posting about lifestyles kind of helps a lot with your career as well. Because like, like faceless Twitter account, like, yeah, like people gonna know that you are actual person. They're gonna treat you like, oh, you are a human being. But instead of like before this, I didn't show my face. It was like faceless. I didn't even talk, honestly. I didn't do anything. But I feel like my income stream scales up after like I try to show myself more. Like people actually know, oh, this is the guy. He's a human being. Like because like people want to work with people, So
trust people. So I mean, like when I started posting all that things about lifestyle, bigger companies reached out to me, and then it's kind of like not really like when you close commissions through text, you just text with people. Now it's been starting to get into like real calls, like me and you, where I have to sit face to face and explain to someone how I can help them with my skills and how I can contribute to their Roblox games. So when you look at that, like you come from a start where you're just like texting and just like base stuff to like real like professional level like studios that like reach out, and then you get into calls and you have to really sales pitch them what you're doing. So
yeah,
it does help a lot when they already know who the person behind it is, because when you get on a call, you'd be a lot more confident with all the metrics that you achieved. And for example, for example, I've posted watches and they made that as a joke. But when I go in a call, like for example with this watch, I'm more confident in what I'm talking about because people will see like, oh, he actually did what he's talking about. Like he achieved that. He made the money from commission, so he could do that, and etc. So you get more confident. In return, it helps you make more money.
So it's more so like a psychological stuff, like in a sense. But I want to make this podcast as neutral as possible. I don't want any dramas going on. So hopefully that's not gonna happen. I have one questions. Do your friends know that you do Roblox? Like, and
Well, yeah.
yeah.
So
Do they?
it's kind of
Yeah.
funny. My close friends, like the people that are really close to me, they know. And I've been trying to put on a lot of my friends into Roblox, so how they can do a skill and learn to market themselves and get money, and
Mhm.
kind of draw them from like their real life jobs that they're working, and kind of help them work completely from home, still working on it, still with a lot of friends, still like helping them a lot, teaching them, coaching and stuff. And I don't really mind that much because they're my friends, and I love to help them out because they've been with me so long. So I don't really like charge them anything or like that, but it's like really cool when you can help people out in that sense, like help your friends
Yeah,
with
yeah.
your job, with their job that they're doing, so they don't really have to work a 9 to 5 anymore. But other people, like people that classmates, for example, from the old school, etc., no one like really knows what I'm doing. They most of know that I just like kind of make money magically. But
Is
it's
it?
kind of like
Yeah.
it's kind of funny. Some people think I do like marketing or something. Some people think I do like crypto, whatever. But I honestly just keep the Roblox stuff to my like very close friends and people that
Okay.
are like, close to
Mhm.
me.
A lot of people might say that the life that you're living right now is a dream. Like, dude, like the life experience so far that you have is like a dream. My question
Mhm.
is it really a dream?
No, I'll tell you. It looks. See, the thing is that people see the stuff on the internet, and they think that like my whole life equates to like all those luxury stuff, the dinners, the stuff like that. My usual. So don't let anyone fool you what you see on Twitter. So I do that kind of stuff. It does happen, but it's not every single day. Like you guys got to realize that you have to work for the things that you want, to work for the watches, to work for the cars, to work for the experience, to work for the vacations. uh, you gotta realize before I was making a lot of money. I was working 10 plus hour days. I will wake up at 5 a.m., like do all those routines, cold showers, gyms, then like work and go to the gym, go work all day, and then fall asleep at like 11, 12, and then just repeat all over again, and just work 10 plus hour days, 12 hour days, to just really get to the point where I can sometimes like lay off and like rest a little, or go on vacations, or buy this, buy that. So it does take really hard work and dedication. And I'm not someone who got everything like off of once. I had to like work for years on this. So people just see it as kind of like, oh, this guy's like just like came in and like made so much money. Like he must have like his parents' money, or like he like he's scamming or doing something. That's what the first impression that people get, but I don't really see everything that's backed up by it. Like for example, I haven't been going out. I only like go out on birthdays, like if it's someone's birthday of my like my close friends. But other than that, weekends, like Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, like every single day work from like 8 a.m. to like clocking out 10. Like it's all just like working every single weekend. There's no like, if you're working a 9 to 5, you don't have your work on the weekends. Like my work schedule is every single day, no day skip, like every single day at least something. uh you upgrade yourself a little, at least a little every single day. You do some stuff on studio, you do some commissions, you do this and that. You grow your YouTube, whatever, every single day, and that kind of compounds over the years as you go
Mhm.
on. So every single month that you go on, you kind of get more and more progress. And when you just look back a couple of years after, you're gonna see, oh wait, I started with 1,000 subscribers, now I have like 10,000 plus. Like I started with 100 followers on Twitter, now I have like 2,000. So it kind of just stacks and compounds the more you work. So people really gotta look at that and see that it's not all like sunshine and rainbows, that people just like don't do anything if they're like successful. You still, if you want to get like, you can like work less and stay at the same level you are. But if you have really high ambitions and if you want to really reach a further level of like 50K a month, 100K a month, or just making even more money and just building, not even just tied to money, but like building an empire around everything, and just like, you know, making games that you like, making creations that you like, and also helping other people. If you make an empire, you kind of feel better afterwards. You can just look back at what you created and just like know that all the knowledge that you've learned throughout the years is still with you. So that's kind of honestly it just more focused like on work than just like all these lifestyle things that you see on Twitter. It's kind of funny when I posted that people just think that oh, you just live like that all day, like you do nothing. Like it's there's like so much behind it that people don't see on Twitter, like all the work that they just assume, you know, you just live that every single day.
People kind of want to have, you know, let's say I want 10K a month, I want 10K a month, but they didn't really thought of the sacrifice that you have to make in order to get 10K a month, because like you have to work so much more than what you actually doing. Like especially this is what I found interesting about people who make a lot of money in terms of like working. Like they do a lot of stuff, like a hell lot of stuff. You couldn't imagine like
You have to be working more than average people to get to the level that you want to do.
yeah, exactly. That's what I found interesting after like I tried on my own as well, and like seeing other people as well who I work with. It's just crazy. And at the end of the day, is that it depends on each individuals, I would say, of how much they want to
Yeah,
like.
it's all at the end of the day, it's all like how much you want it. Like if you're satisfied with 10K a month, then you can just stay there. But if you want to push yourself higher, and if you want to just like really test what your limits are, then you just have to push yourself to the next level.
Exactly. Another questions is that you are 19. You the experience so
Yeah.
far, the workload so far, everything that is going on, and you are 19. What's like the struggles that you found so hard to
Well,
do?
Well, honestly, it's kind of just like the thing that just trying to like settle everything in, and just like, you know, I'm 19, like that I'm still like really young, you know, and I have like a lot more things to achieve, like people that are older than me that I look up to, and then also just like, you know, a lot more levels that I have. But at the same time, I just look back and like see like, okay, I'm 19, I've achieved something that a lot of people didn't, and I'm just kind of like reminiscing on that. But it does come with a lot of overthinking, like especially like at night sometimes, like why am I like doing this, or like should I continue, like what if this all fails, or what if this like shuts down the next couple of months, how will I be able to live off of things. But at the same time, you just kind of look at how much you're working at. I try to always like balance that I work more and push myself more, like especially on simple stuff. Like it doesn't really have to be actually working in studio. It could be like going to the gym, and like instead of 10 reps, you do one more rep. You just kind of push yourself one more there, or just do one more set, or you do one more this. You just kind of push yourself, like, you know, pushing yourself more and doing one more and everything. And when I talked about the compounding effect over the years, you're just gonna reap the reward. So all of this that came, all this like Roblox thing, everything, the money, it all just came from those compounding days of just like working. And I believe like gym, for example, or working out or doing sports is a really big factor, especially if you're an athlete. If you're an athlete and you're like looking to get into entrepreneurship, or you get looking to get into Roblox or whatever it may be, the money making, if you're an athlete, you're gonna have an easier time because you're already disciplined with like working out, doing certain thing every single day, going to practices, and it's gonna be a much easier for you in the long run. And I think that's kind of what transitioned me to become a good Roblox developer, because I was consistent with my stuff, and I was really on point with showing up every day and working. Especially when I was talking about that I was a professional athlete back in high school. I was under a pro team back home, so like I had a contract and everything. I had to show up and I had to work. And stuff like that, and it was a really often just coming of that and just like looking at it. So I was like, what, so in like 20, 30 years, even if I'm like the best volleyball player ever, like I'll still won't be able to earn as much as I want to. It's like not even good paying. So I was like, why would I do that and just like risk my life? Uh, just do all that kind of stuff when I can just go and find a new career path that I like really like. And it just so happened that Roblox connected to that. Now I don't know in the future what might happen, if I might do Roblox or not, honestly. But it's just a really cool thing to just like look back, and there's a lot of doubts that come into play when you're like really young and you're like trying to build this, and you're like, will I have like money for food or stuff like that? But like as you kind of like move on to stuff and you reach higher levels, you're like, okay, so if everything falls down and if everything breaks down, and if this whole Roblox thing fails, I'll still have the knowledge that I have currently, and I'll still have all the skill sets, and I'll still have everything that I have learned over these years. So if everything fails and if everything goes to literally goes to the water, I'll like still be me, and I'll still have like, you know, my brain. I'm still functioning. I'm still alive. I can still think, and I still have all the things that I've learned. So it wouldn't be hard for me to rebuild everything, especially with the confidence that I have that I already built a multi six-figure business through Roblox. And with that confidence, I could just take everything and just move on to the next thing. So I'm not really worried about it that much, but there's a lot of doubts that come into play a lot of times, but you just have to push them aside and just like really focus on your current path.
But at least like you mentioned something about like experiences, and I think okay, this is one of the thing I learned so far as well. One of the thing I realized after like the whole money scheme thing, and went back and talk with the older professors, the people who have like wisdom. You don't have to be too serious about life for now. Like, I mean, just enjoy it. Just do whatever it feels right. Just exist. And then basically my professors sort of like tell me like, okay, you're 19 years old. Even though like, okay, we both like you accomplished so many things, and just remember to have fun while it lasts, because teens, just enjoy this stuff. It's your time to be selfish right now, because in the future you're gonna have much more responsibilities. Let's not, yeah, it's like experience.
Yeah.
Like the key theme here is like experience. When you're 19, you just experience, find the experience, do the experience, because those experience is gonna shape how you view the world in your later on in life. Because like,
Yeah.
okay, I feel like one of the thing that the hustling cultures is promoting is like money making, all that kind of stuff. But recently, like I kind of realized too that experience is hella important. But that's why money is important, because money buy experiences. The thing that you said, right? So money buy experiences, and so we kind of like use money to buy those experiences to shape later on in life.
Yeah.
It's gonna teach you so many things more. How?
Yeah, I mean, not really only you, but also the people around you, your family, someone close to you, your girlfriend, or maybe your future wife. If you can give someone those experiences, like share your moments with them, and especially money plays a huge role in that, that you can give those experiences to a certain person and just let them come along the ride. That to me is like really special, and that's like worth all the money in the world. So if you can get someone like a family member, your mom, your dad, or like your brothers, your sisters, if you can help them and just like show them all the experiences with you, and just share what you've been blessed with, that to me is really important. And like I would trade all the money in the world for that, just for the experiences with certain people that are close to you. So when I can look at it and see, okay, so I may be blessed of making this money at 19, I would like to share it with someone who's close to me. Maybe that's your mom, maybe that's your dad, maybe that's your whole family, maybe that's your girlfriend, whatever. But all those moments are truly like what makes this whole money making journey good, is that you can have someone with you and next to you who supports you at all times, and you just like kind of like let off your mind off of all that like negative thinking, and you just like really focus on that.
Because like I wanted to mention this because I feel like most of the time when you promote, like, I mean, not just you, but like people who promote this stuff on like social medias about money making to like teens, they kind of forgot about the whole point, but like focusing too much on the money side without neglecting the part of like experiences too. Because like, you know, I heard of this before. It's a really good analogy about money making. Is that money is like a fuel, okay, and the business is the vehicle. And basically, people, like, the goal of many people, like the mindset is that you go into the vehicle just to go to the gas station to get the fuel. You know what I mean? But like, isn't vehicle supposed to be the thing that you go from point A to point B? Like, that's what, like, it really intrigued me to realize again, like, what exactly I'm trying to do. Because all the money you have in the world, what's the point?
Most things that people mess up on is that they want to be someone who they're not. You know, you look at people, like, if you're in the like money making like world and you're like trying to make more money, you look at people like that influence all around you, like, you know, Andrew Tate, all those guys, Luke Belmar, Iman Gadzi, or all those guys, like all those like gurus, whatever. And people mistake that they want to be them, like, you know, they want to do that like them. But the thing is, you have to find your own path or what you're good at, and like you have to work towards that. And people mistake that and like make mistakes on that too much, that they try and do things that other people have that other people do, and like, for example, look and follow in the footsteps of someone. That is a good thing if you're trying to like learn a skill, whatever, but to actually have that like uh self improvement, and to just actually have that like fulfillment of like becoming someone and just achieving, because we talked about that money is like not the thing that like engulfs everything. It's more over just like your self fulfillment. So people mistake too much and look at all of these idols and just like idolize way too many people and try to be like them, when instead they should just like focus on their own. So for example, if your guru tells you like you have to wake up at 5 a.m, do this and that, you have to just do what feels comfortable for you the most, and not really just comfortable, but what is easiest for you, so you can like optimize your day. So if you're a morning person, you wake up at like 6 7 a.m, you do this and that. If you're a night person, you work longer hours to 5 a.m, and then you just sleep more. It all just depends on the type of person you are, because none of us are the same, and every single person has a different goal, a different view, a different worldview, everything like that. So you really have to find what you're searching for and what your purpose is, and then if people want to come along the journey and follow you, then that's great. You take them on, you show them everything. If they don't, then you just like let them go off into their own sphere, because everyone thinks differently and everyone has different worldviews. So you don't need to force any worldview on someone. But if you find like-minded people that think alike and like think the same, then you want to keep those people around you, because they can help you elevate and reach higher levels.
Mm. Okay, so after we get the whole money mindset out of the way, what's your, okay, so we're gonna talk about money now. So I mean, what's your advice on scaling your income? So how do you get like from 10K to 20K? Yeah.
It really comes down. So see, with Roblox and their platform, it really comes down to how long you've been in the game and what people you know. Because if you're only working on commissions and you're not talking to any people that you might want to connect with, when you're making 10 grand a month, you're just like hammering out commissions. You're just really focused on doing the work for clients. But if you want to really reach from that 10K to like 20K and even plus to like 30K, the main thing that I've saw commissions be capped out is like at around, I'd say, 50K. So when you reach 50K a month, I think you cannot like scale past more, only if you like get people to work for you and then you offload commissions and you just have way too many requests coming in every single day. If you really want to go beyond that, you're gonna have to make your own game and contribute to a game and get percentage, because I think that's the only way you can scale past 50K. But to get from 10 to 20K, the most important thing is speaking to people and basically making people become long-term customers, basically their lifetime value, LTV. So if you can get your LTV up, which is lifetime value, so you give good service to your customers. For example, I think around 80% of my customers or more are return-based customers, so they come back for another commission. And that is because we do such a good service that they come back for more and want more stuff. So I'm not worried about will I have a client for the next month or next 2, 3, 4, 5 months, because I know this customer, okay, he's working with me long term on this project. He likes what we're doing. We're bringing his idea to life. So he's going to work with me a lot more. And we're just going to get those repeat payments, and we're going to help him achieve what he's looking for, and we're going to just do the service for him. So that's really important. And then when you have that long term customer, you want to keep him satisfied, so he spreads the word to other people. So eventually, if you work with big companies, they have other big companies that are connected to. It's kind of like a network of people. So when you get to a point where you have a really good customer which has a really big company, they're just going to recommend you to other people, and you're just going to like keep on, it's kind of like a spider web effect. You're going to like keep on getting better clients that are going to be more long term. So the bigger the company is, and the bigger the aim they have for the game, the more they're going to pay you. So it only comes down from just like switching from regular commissions, just finding regular people, to having a company, building trust, and then having them as a long-term client, and then they will recommend you to other people. And that just kind of gives off a domino effect where you'll get more and more recommendation. And I think that's how I kind of got my name through there with all the big people that are like right now working on stuff, is that they've recommended me to other people. And it's more of not really promoting your work on social media, on Twitter. It's a really big side, especially for the store that I have in the academy. So that's kind of two things. But the commission side is just like a whole nother world of just people knowing me and then recommending me to everyone, and then I just get more and more commissions on this side. And on this side I have the store, I have my YouTube, I have the academy, which is just kind of another side of income. So if you really look at that and you want to scale, it's more of just like trying to find a big company and then gaining their trust so they can repeat you, and then they will recommend you to other people. But as I said, you really do have a cap on commissions and how much you can do, because commissions are time based and you spend time working on commissions.
Yeah, exactly.
You cannot like scale aggressively. To scale aggressively, you're gonna need to build a game, and to build a game, you're gonna have to form a team. You're gonna have to do literally everything, from marketing to just finding new ways, and it's a whole nother level and a whole nother world. So if you really want to like get past a certain income point, you're gonna have to make your own game and like start going heavily on that, because games have a whole nother level of income. But it just comes down to like trying stuff, like launching games and just like seeing what works. But yeah, honestly, that'll be like my advice on scaling.
Wow, Vokes, it was a pleasure time to be talking with you today, man. Do you have any last message that you want to push out, or anything that you want to share?
Yeah, I mean, to everyone who's watching this and to everyone who's been supporting my guy here, I want you to keep pushing. I want you to do more podcasts to elevate yourself too, and push yourself to see how further you can go. And to everyone, just like look at where you're at right now, see if you can improve more. And I want to see everyone who has been watching this to just look back a year or 2 years in the future, and then just look back at this podcast and look at like how much you've improved, how much I've improved, and how much the viewers have improved. And if everyone saw a significant change, that's all that matters. Honestly, it's as we were saying, not only about the money, but about the self-fulfillment that you do, and just pushing into new heights. So yeah, I hope everyone who watched this podcast will level up, learn a lot of things, look at everything, and just kind of expand their picture on like what's possible, especially at any age that you are, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, even older guys that may be stuck in a dead-end job and really don't know what to do. I hope you see the bigger picture, that you don't really want to have a narrow field of view, that you need to expand everything, and you need to really re-question everything that you've learned up until this point, and then try and see what your path is and just stick to that path. When you find what you're really good at and what you really want to work on, just stick to that and don't make any switches, and just really re-question and rethink everything that you see. So yeah, just having that student mind of like thinking and asking yourself more questions, and just trying to learn more and level up. And I hope honestly everyone who watched this got something from this podcast. And I'd like to thank my man here for inviting me to speak and drop some sauce. And I hope I help some people in the podcast right here. And I hope his podcast becomes successful, and I hope more people come in. And I hope you get more commissions and at the same time level up. At the end of the day, you're a star. Peace out.